My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic is a television series, one of my favorites, if not the favorite. But did you know it's also a comic? There have been an almost uncountable number of officially licensed MLP comic books over the years. The bad news? I've read a fair few of them, and a lot of the time they fall prey to the same vices as the show's later seasons. They care too much about being loud, bombastic, and entertaining, sacrificing any subtlety and character depth in the process. Thankfully, today I'm here to talk about a comics issue that not only understands the spirit of the show's earlier seasons, but champions it. Issue number 26 of Friends Forever. The setup is simple enough. The Prince of the Crystal Empire, Shining Armor, is being sent on a diplomatic mission to trade crops with the Yaks. Normally, his wife, Princess Cadance, would accompany him, but she's rather occupied right now. In her stead, Shining Armor is paired with Prince Blueblood. Blueblood seems arrogant, juvenile, and foppish, which is perfectly in line with his only appearance in the animated series. Shining Armor dreads spending any time with Blueblood, and turns down the fellow prince's attempts at friendship at every turn. Basically, Blueblood is told to sit down, shut up, and stay out of the trade negotiations. After all, Shining Armor's fairly certain he's got this handled. But he, in fact, doesn't have this handled. Trying to appeal to the Yaks, Shining Armor accidentally misuses cultural ideas of great importance to them, cooks their leader's favorite food incorrectly, and is in general ignorant and foolish, despite his well-meaning. He makes mistakes anybody would have made, anybody who's not well-versed in diplomacy, at least. This is where Blueblood comes in, providing insight to us, the audience, about the particulars of diplomacy while he fixes all of Shining Armor's boo-boos. This draws attention to a facet of human interaction that I don't usually see explored in children's media. Leaders, nobles, and politicians play by different rules from the rest of us, sometimes entirely alien rules, because they're playing a game with a different, often higher stakes goal. It can be difficult to understand people outside of your sphere, or see the value in their behaviors, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Shining Armor learns, as we hopefully do too, that Blueblood can bring things of great importance to the world. He may be haughty, but he's also spent his entire life as a prince, which lends him access to certain skills Shining Armor is severely lacking. The ending of the comic also suggests that Shining Armor realizes there's more to Blueblood than just his position, and the two bond over some light banter at each other's expense. And that's really it. Two stallions go to perform diplomacy, expectations are turned on their head, and everybody learns something. There are no explosions or violent magical duels or convoluted 5-dimensional dodecahedronic plot threads. It's a pure-hearted story with a gentle tone and a nuanced morality, which begs us to better understand one another so that we might perceive the world with new, somewhat kinder eyes. That's always been what Friendship is Magic is good at, so it's nice to finally read a comic wholly on board. Hey, it's the end of the video, which means it's time to talk about my Patreon. If you grab certain tiers from it, you can directly influence what content I make next, or you can just offer general support. Both are lovely, and some equally lovely people are already signed up. Those lovely people are as follows. My wonderful supporters are iPompous, Anonymous, Jay, Marth Sinclair, Mighty Minimalist Power Rangers, Sam Anderson, Some Call Me Anto, and Waposa. A link to the Patreon is in the description. Thank you all so much for your time and thoughts, and I'll talk to you in the next video.